Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Sketching. This is day 5 of my 5-minute sketching channel. Today I'm going to be doing a banana, and I'm going to be testing out the oil brush in Procreate. Previously, the day before, I used the watercolor brush and I wasn't really too impressed with it, so hopefully this oil brush is more like the acrylic brush that I used when I did the apple, that I was really happy with. So yeah, so again, I've just started painting in the kind of the block color for the overall shape of the banana, and for initially I was quite pleased with it. The color came on quite nice and vibrant, and kind of blended and mixed in within the strokes fairly well. So yes, I mean, generally speaking, from a traditional point of view, I don't really use oil paints. I used to when I first started out, well over 15 years ago, but I kind of tended to move towards acrylic, purely because they were just a lot easier to kind of manage, and drying times were a lot quicker on acrylic than on oil. But yeah, so I was just curious to see what the effect of the oil brush was like on this piece of software. So yeah, so I'm just adding in some kind of darker tones, a bit of an orangey color to give a bit of a blend into the shade of the base yellow that I put down, and it worked quite nicely actually. Yeah, so I think I might end up using this brush for a few other sketches that I do in this challenge. Currently I'm working on a kind of fantasy art landscape type of drawing within Procreate, but just using pencils. I'm just using the HB pencil, and it's going quite well, because I think the effects that I'm getting on the digital using pencils and shading with pencils in kind of monotone is more kind of like, the way I do my design and artwork in real life. So I'm quite pleased with that. Whereas the actual painting, for example, like here, I'm not too convinced at this moment in time, but I'm sure gradually, the more I do it, the more I kind of practice with it, I'll probably start liking it a lot more. But yeah, so again, I'm just using the same brush to add in these the spots on the banana. We're using a kind of like a brown shade, and with that same brown shade I used the HB pencil to kind of just do the outline. And that here this is where I kind of struggled a little bit when I was doing the outline and using this kind of the side of the pencil. Naturally, you kind of you move your hand with the pencil and the pencil tilts. It was doing the kind of side shading, the tilt function, and that's where I just quickly erased it and then carried on with a thin line. Now that's kind of a negative aspect of the tilt function on the Apple Pencil. It's a great function to use because you can get a nice bit of shading on. But sometimes you might not want to get that on, and you're just tilting your pencil just purely because of the angle, but it starts automatically thinking that you're tilting to get shade. So there's a lot of back and forward with the kind of tilt function. I wish you could actually turn it off, but there's I don't know a way of turning it off. I mean, if you know a way of turning the function off in Procreate, do leave it in the comment below, because that would really help me out. But yeah, so again, just coming into the darker areas of the object, or just doing my standard cross hatching. And I'm trying to do some circular motions in the cross hatching, but again, because it's a 5-minute sketch, you can't be as accurate as you're gonna be when you've got unlimited time. And I was quite pleased with the result. Got nice bit of tonal values, nice structure to the kind of the artwork, and it looked quite authentic. But again, because this is using digital, if you go ahead and print this, you're not going to really get the same colours that you see on the screen, because it's all to do with colour profiles. On digital you use RGB, and on print you use CMYK. I'll do a complete video all about colour profiles and the colour wheel and how colour works in digital and in real life. That will be coming in an upcoming video in 2018. Hopefully. And so yes, again, coming back to the drawing. So yeah, doing the detail works at the end of the banana, the bottom end and the top end, just with the pencil. And now I was just adding in the shadow, because with the shadow, you've got to make sure that you don't want too much texture on it. Shadows are usually quite clean, depending on the surface the shadow's on. So I was just using like a light, just normal light water. I think it was a water brush that I used for it, or just a standard round brush actually, to come up with the shadow, and it was fairly good. But I think on the next video, if there's a shadow that I'm doing my object on, I'll be using the airbrush, because airbrushes work a lot more smoother. And in real life, if I'm going to do a shadow, I'll probably would use an airbrush. Not that I use them much, but yeah. So I'm just using again the same brush to just add a bit more detail onto the banana itself, to come up with some kind of like shadows again in the darker sides. And in real life, I'd be doing this with a Copic marker. So for this, if I were doing this piece in real life, I would just use a warm Copic marker to kind of bring out these darker shades. And yeah, so I was quite happy with the overall result that I achieved on this one. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for your support and your time. Please give the video a thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel for a lot more content that's coming up. Thanks so much for your time again, and I hope you have a great day. Take care of yourself, and peace.